Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Astrid and I am the owner and creator of Snug Stitches by Astrid. If you're not new here, welcome back. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Today I thought I would start my own little mini series. It'll be called Destash and Decorate, and it's where I just crochetify my room, adding different types of crochet or different aspects of crochet into my room. So I can't do any permanent modifications because we live in a rented house, unfortunately, but that means that the things that I'm going to make are going to be things that I can bring with me into my new place, which I haven't got yet, but it's something that I would like to get within the next maybe 6 to 12 months. Today I'm going to be starting out by just using my skills to make something simple, and today I will be making a pillow for my chair. So not a pillow for my back, but a headrest, because when I crochet I find because of my back pain I'm leaning forward a lot more, so I want to have more cushioning on my head so that when I'm working I'm not always going like this. I can actually have something that I can put my head up against. So what I'm thinking is similar to what cars have and what you can get for cars, with being like a removable pillow that has like a Velcro strap that attaches onto the chair itself. So it'll just be a head pillow. I do already have one that is built into this chair, but I want to make one that's got a bit of a pop of colour. I don't know if I'm going to use yarn scraps or not, but we'll see when we get there. I'm thinking I'm going to make a granny square pillow or maybe a ripple stitch pillow. I am going to pick out some colours and I'll take you with me, and then we'll design it on my paper and we'll go from there. If you're interested in making one for yourself, I will be making a pattern to go with it. It'll be free on my blog, or if you'd like to support me, it'll be like $2 on my store. I don't have any ads on my blog, so even if you do just want to support me, that'd be absolutely lovely. Thank you so much. So with that being said, I'm going to take the measurements for my chair, well, the chair headrest anyways, and pick out some yarn and start designing. I don't have a pillow small enough for what I want to make, so I've got some fabric left over from when I used to do scrunchies, that I'll just be hand sewing the pillow part out of. I'm going to use some polyfill, some of my amigurumi stuffing, to fill the pillow, and I'm also just going to put my yarn cuttings, so like the little tails that I've cut off of my work, into the pillow because we love being no waste. Let's get started. So welcome to my yarn wall. You can see my Labyrinth merch and Bowie merch. Bowie is my favourite singer, and Labyrinth is my favourite movie. I've also got like a Bowie clock up there. I've got heaps more, but that's all I could put up on my storage. Then I've got all of my handmaids and an unfinished Scraggle, unfortunately. My sewing machine, which is not what I will be using today, and then my steamer behind Splotch and Flora. And then I've got my beloved Doctor Who merch here, and my yarn swift, and my card's fallen over. Hold on. And I've also got the 10th Doctor magic card, which I love. So after showing you the merch, this is all my double knit yarn that I've got. I want to go for something really colourful, so I'm thinking, because I've got lots of blues, I've got lots of greens, and I've got lots of pinks, we'll go for those. So let's see, out of the blues I might go for the smaller skeins to see if I can get through a lot of it, like the depleted. I like these 4 colours together. I don't know if you can see them properly, but these 4, and then for the pinks, I don't know what I'll use. Maybe that cotton, and then like this dark pink. I'll get another one of that cotton out because that's almost gone. And then maybe this light pink as well. Yeah, so we'll go light pink, medium pink, hot pink, and that's another one of that medium pink. So I reckon we'll go just blue and pinks. Otherwise it could be, or oh, you know what, I could do three granny squares. We could do blue, pink. Should we do blue, pink and green, or blue, pink and yellow? I think yellow, because I need to get through my yellows. So we'll go this light yellow here, and then we'll go like a, I'm really messing up my yarn storage here, unfortunately. Like a rich yellow, and then maybe like a mustard. Yeah, so, oh, we need 4 colours because we've got 4 of that, we've got 3, and then we've got 3, so we need to pick one more yellow, which we could do like a dark, like a gold. Yeah, and then we need to pick one more pink. We could do the vintage pink, this pink. So those 3. So we've got the blues, we've got the yellows, and we've got the pinks. I'm pretty happy with that colour choice, especially if we're doing granny squares, because we could just do like 1 blue square, 1 yellow square, 1 pink square, or we could just do like 4 rows of, I don't know, we'll figure it out. But I'm happy with those colours. Yeah, let's get designing. Okay, so I've got my tape measure. I want the pillow to be bigger than this headrest, so I'm going to add maybe 5 or 6, maybe 4 to 6 centimeters extra. So let's see, that's 5, and then that'd be, I reckon I might make the pillow 28 centimeters long, but we'll add a centimeter onto that for seam allowance, so we'll go 29 centimeters. Alright, I've just written that down, and now we need to measure how wide we want the pillow. So we'll go, I reckon we might go 19, and that's including 1 centimeter for the seam allowance. So we'll go 19 centimeters, and I think that might be good. So 19, no, we'll go 20, or 19. Yeah, no, we'll go 19. We'll definitely go 19. So these are probably going to look like granny rectangles, but just know that I'm going to want to make squares. I'm just not good at drawing. So I could either do 3 squares and have like 1 blue, 1 yellow, and then 1 pink, or I could do something along the lines of having the squares kind of go in like a checkerboard, like that. So like one could be blue, and then that could be blue, and that could be yellow, that could be yellow, and that could be pink, if you catch my drift. I actually think I like that. That could look really cute. How would we have to lay it out though? Because we'll have to have it on the side. Let's see if I can move. There we go, that's better. Move it into almost the middle for you. Because if we're doing a design that kind of looks like this, in the middle we're gonna have to have 2 squares. I don't know if you can see this, maybe not, but let's move it down here. We're gonna have to have 2 squares in the middle, and then there'll be 3. So let's design this, right? So we're gonna need to have 2 in the middle, which will be blue. So we'll go BL, right? And then we're gonna have to have these on the side, which would be pink. So we'll go PI, so pi. And then this one will be yellow. So we'll go YE. So what we can do is if we want it to be like this and have the 2 blue here, what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to make it so it mirrors. So we'll have to lay it out like this because we're going to want it to be the same on both sides. Excuse my absolutely terrible drawing. I'm usually really good, but well, not really good. Good enough for me to understand anyways. I reckon that would work. And we just need to have another pink square here. Because if we fold this over, if we fold it here, if we have that be in the middle, the blue will go here along like the dotted, and then this will sew up. Yeah, alright. So how many do we need? We've got blue, and then we've got pink, and then we've got yellow. How many blue will we need? We'll need 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll need 4 blue. Then we'll need 1, 2, 3, 4 pinks. And let me guess, 4 yellows or 2 yellows? We'll need 2 yellows. So we'll need 10 in total. 10 squares in total. So we'll need 4 blue squares, 4 pink squares, and 2 yellow squares. Because look, blue, 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 that's 4. 2 yellow, 2 pink. Alright, I guess now that we've designed it, we will get started. Okay, no microphone for this one. My phone's on charge and my microphone's like a plug-in thing. So sorry if the audio is pretty bad, but I'm just in the middle of figuring out like what order I want the colours to be in and also what colour I want the border to be in. So with the pink, I think I'm going to go darkest to lightest with all of the colours. So this will be the centre, and then this will be second row, this will be third row, and then the last one will be this. So that's what I figured out for the pink. If we're doing the same for yellows, I'm going to go this to be the center, this to be the second row, then we'll go this to be the third, and then this to be the last row. And then for the blues, let me get them for you. I probably go this to be the center, this to be the second row, this to be the third row, this to be the fourth row. So with that being said, I need another colour just to join them all together with, and I think the thing that's going to make it pop and the thing that's also going to be most similar to the fabric would be white. So I've got these two whites. This one is slightly different, as you can see. It's much more of a difference on camera. I don't know if I'll use this scrap, but I just want to get rid of it. And then I've got this white, I think it's Finch cotton, that I'm just going to put all of them together with, because I feel like if we're going darkest to lightest, white would look a lot better than if we used like a dark colour like black. So I'm going to get started. I think I'm going to use a 3 to 4 millimeter hook. We'll see what the gauge is, because I don't know how big I'm going to need to make the squares. It's probably going to be a third of how big I want the pillow to be. So we'll do a bit of testing, a bit of experimenting. Wish me luck, and yeah, I will see you soon. Alrighty, so little update. I have made 6 little squares. Now, a few side notes. I've had to do a bit of a compromise with the sizing of the pillow. So I took a piece of paper and I measured, I cut it to the measurements I took, and it actually ended up being way too big for what I really wanted, because I didn't want a pillow that would really push my neck out. I want one that's small enough that I can just lay my head back on, and it's more like a supportive but also mostly decorative headrest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it 30 centimeters long and 10 centimeters wide. So that works perfectly, because the squares that I've got, if I fold them into a triangle, they're actually 10 centimeters across. So 3 together, that'd be 30 centimeters, and then 1 on the side would be 10 centimeters. So going off of that design, which is also wrong, the one that I showed you earlier, I'm actually missing 2 extra squares on that design, so I've made a new tally and just made sure I'm making enough colours for the actual pattern. Another side note is that I'm not doing 4 colours per square, I've just chosen 3 colours per square. So as you can see, I've got 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here, and it's the same with the pink, and it'll be the same with the yellow as well. It's just so I can have a square or a pillow that is the sizing that I want. But by all means, if you're making a pillow like this for yourself, you can go as big or as small as you'd like. I'm just choosing to do 3 rows because it gets a 10 centimeter square, and I'm happy with the way that it's turning out. So far I've actually gone through 1 little ball of yarn, so I am destashing while we are decorating, which is the whole point of this series. It was what colour was it? I've got the yarn cutting. It was what pink? I'll show you on the square. It was actually the outer pink that I managed to get through, so that's a bonus. I ended up starting, sorry, I didn't mean to make you wobble. I ended up using a 3mm clover hook, and that's working perfectly for the gauge. So in total I need to make 6 blue, 4 pink, and 2 yellow. So I've made the 4 pink, I'm making the blue at the moment, and then I'll do the yellow. What's really gonna bug me is weaving in all the ends. because I'm changing colours each row, so I think that's going to be the most time consuming part. But I'm really excited to actually get mixed media into this, because I will be hand sewing the pillow that's going to go into this pillowcase. And I'm going to be making the strap that'll be going around the head of the back of the chair. The head of the back of the chair. You know what I mean. The back of the head. Anyways, I'm going to get back to crocheting. I'm going to put some YouTube on, maybe some Passionate Kelsey or Refined Vibes, or I might end up vibing to music. See you soon. Ta-da! I've finished all of the squares. I finished crocheting them anyways. I need to weave in the ends and then we'll get to joining them together. I really like the colours I chose. I think the yellow squares actually remind me of sunflowers a lot. If you can kind of see that. They just remind me of sunflowers. But I've got 2 yellow, 6 blue and 4 pink. Hopefully that's enough. They're all 3 rows big, and hopefully once I weave all these ends in, I can start working on actually making the pillow and the straps to go with it. So I'm going to get started. I've got Curtis Connor on YouTube at the moment. I find him funny. He's quite funny. It is currently 7 minutes to 8 p.m. So it's going to get dark a bit later. But I'm going to weave these in and I'll see you soon. Alright, so I have now woven in the ends. It is 7 to 9 at the moment. They all look really neat. I am tired. I am hungry. So what I'm going to do now that the ends have all been woven in is I think I'm going to put back all of the yarn that I use, because it's off to the side at the moment. I need to put it all back where it was before, and then I think what I'm going to have to do is put all of the squares together. I'm going to need to figure out how I want it to be laid out. I've got the colours laid out on the design, but I don't know if I want to keep it. I reckon I will, because otherwise I'm going to need to make more squares, and honestly I don't want to weave in more ends. So I'm going to lay them out. I'm going to start crocheting them together, I guess. But before I do that, I'm going to go get some food and a drink, because your girl is hungry and thirsty. I might or might not come back before tomorrow. I probably will come back. I'll probably I'll crochet all of the squares together, and then I'll go to bed, and then tomorrow we can make the pillow and the straps. That sounds good. Alright, see ya! Good morning, it is the next day. As you can see, it's nice and bright out as opposed to when it was quite dark last night, obviously. Off camera last night before I went to bed, I crocheted all of the squares together in the layout that they were supposed to be in, and I've folded them so like they're pinned, so it's not completely closed, but that's what the pillow will look like. So as you can see, I've got the blue diamonds or squares in the middle, and I've got the yellow down the vertical middle and the two pink strips down the vertical middle as well. So first on the agenda today would be making the pillow insert to go into this pillowcase. So I will take a few pictures and a few videos on how I've laid these out. But when we make the pillow, we're going to have to crochet down each angle, like each axis or whatever it's called, just to close this pillowcase over. So I'm going to get to it. I really like the colours that I chose. I am a bit concerned that it's not going to be big enough. It could just be like a neck rest. But I'm just choosing to trust the process. You can tell that my brain isn't entirely awake. I'm choosing to trust the process with this because any bigger with this pillow, and I don't think it would really be supporting my head as much as I want it to. So I'm going to get started. Alright, so this is how I ended up laying out all of the squares. This is the center of the pillow here. The yellow, pinks and the blues are laid out in a specific way. I can't even remember, I think if you turn it this way, that's how it looks on the drawing, which is there. So if you want to make a pillow the same way as me, that's how you want your squares to be laid out. Okay, so I ended up measuring how big the pillow would turn out, and it actually ended up being just 1 centimeter off of my original measurements, so I'm happy with that. I went and measured a piece of fabric and cut it out. Doesn't matter that it's got wrinkles in it because it's just going to be a pillow anyways. I'm gonna hand stitch this together. This side has been folded, so I only need to do the sides and the long side down the bottom. I don't know if I mentioned before, but I'll be stuffing this pillow with polyfill and yarn cuttings, just to level down on how many scraps I've got. And then, yeah, what else do we need to do? We need to make this pillow. We need to sew it, we need to put it into the pillowcase, we need to close off the pillowcase, and then I want to make some straps. So I'm going to do the pillow and do the pillowcase, and then I'll meet you back here. Alrighty, so I have hand sewn. You can see that I'm definitely not the best hand sewer, but I didn't want to use my sewing machine for this project because I wanted it to be accessible for people who don't have a sewing machine. If you do have a sewing machine, you can just sew around the edges. But I hand sewed this together. Fabric's fraying, but that's okay. Now I'm going to turn it the right side out. I'm going to stuff it, and then I'm going to, I think it's called mattress stitch, I'm going to close off the pillow. Ta-da! It's now the right side out. It looks a lot neater. There is a spot that I need to fix, but I can do that while I fill the pillow up with stuffing and kind of close it off. So that's no issue at all. I'm not stressed, and also because the granny squares will be covering the pillow anyways. So I'm just going to stuff this pillow and close it off and fix it up off camera, and I reckon I'll put the pillowcase on off camera as well, just because I don't want to run my storage all the way out, because I've done that before. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I will be right back. The pillow itself is done. Oh my god. Oh, hold on, I'm showing the wrong side. This is the right side. Look at this beauty. It's gorgeous. I stuffed it with polyfill and yarn scraps. And yeah, look at this. It's gorgeous. And it's perfect size, so I'm glad I trusted the process. Now what we need to do is make strap or straps, depending on how I want to do it. I think on the wrong side I'm going to put two kind of like belt loops in the center of the blue squares, and then do like a long strap that's got a Velcro fastening to it, maybe, because that way I can kind of, you know how with a belt you can adjust the size of it. I might want to do that, either that, or I could do a strap that with the belt loops, a strap that's back loop only single crochets, so it's stretchy, it can go over the head of the chair. I think I might do that because that includes a lot less sewing and a lot less measuring. So I'm going to make the belt loops. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the belt loops and the actual strap white, just to go with the border color, because I don't want it to be too overpoweringly colorful. So I'm going to do that now. I might or might not take some footage. You'll see. You'll know earlier than me. So I'm going to get to it. So, as you can probably see behind me, it is done. Oh my god, look at this beautiful pillow. I am in love. So, it's nice for like a neck rest. I would have to push it up for a headrest, but it's a really nice sort of neck rest in order to not like slouch forward but not have no support for my back. So I'm really happy with it. It's got a strap that goes around. Yeah, it kind of hangs down, but that's okay. I can just push it up when I'm working. I've got a few notes on it. I ended up having to make the strap 76 centimeters long. And the belt straps was 7 rows of single crochets, 6 single crochets, and they're all worked in the back row only, so both the strap and the belt loops. Pillow ended up being 27 centimeters long and 9.5 centimeters wide. Overall, I am actually really happy with this pillow. It'll be something that I can rest up against while I'm working, and I think I might make another one. It was really easy. If you are interested in making one for yourself, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. But I'm going to leave this video here. If you liked the video, please give it a like and maybe consider subscribing. I'm going to leave you there. Have a good rest of the day or night or whatever time it is. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!